BBN Jack Frost. I got a couple of things to say this morning. First, I'm sorry it was a little bit late. So apparently, I went to go get milk this morning for my coffee. I go all the way to the store to get milk. I come back, I go to make coffee, and then I realized that I did not get any water. I didn't buy no water. So I had to head back to the store to go get water. And then I went back to the store. I'm still talking. I'm here. I'm doing the thing. So then I went back to the store to go get the water. And I come back and I got caught up looking at a couple of things that I'm going to go through this morning. But I'm going to tell you real quick what the show is going to be about. I'm going to do my quick opening monologue. It's going to be about 10, 12 minutes. Shoot to the 10, 12 minute mark if you don't want to hear. If you're watching this on replay, you don't want to hear me make jokes about shit. Shoot to the or complain. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Or a lot of my jokes are actually complaining. Like that's a lot of my humor. It's kind of like Seinfeld. So a lot of times people might think I'm complaining. In reality, I'm telling jokes. I just want to be clear about this. Shout out to Carmen Lydia. How you doing? Salute. Also, I want to say, we have gotten in trouble with YouTube again. So our monetization has been dropped for like the next couple of weeks. It's not that big of a deal. If you would like to still support the channel monetarily, you can pull up to the Cash App and or the PayPal. Or you could just go buy merch. You know what? Just go buy merch. I don't care if you donate to the product PayPal or whatever. Go buy merch. We got the link in the description. Do that. All right. So I got like a ton of jokes I want to tell. But before we get to that, somebody just set their alarm off outside. Shout out to that shit. So before we go to that, there's a couple of things that I want to say. I'm going to put you a comment up there, Carmen Lydia. A couple of things I want to say. I want to make a couple of jokes about some things. But we are going to be talking about R. Kelly, K-Flock, Quavo, Taxstone, and something else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're going to get to it. So I want to say something real quick. First of all, so the other day, so recently I have been getting invites to speed dating. I've been getting invites for speed dating. I got an invite for today. I think that I'm going. They're just setting the alarm off and they're unsetting the alarm off, setting the alarm off and they're unsetting the alarm off. Shout out to those guys. So I've been getting invites to go to a speed dating thing, and I know who's sending it, but that's neither here nor there. I might go to the one tonight. There's a speed dating thing tonight. I might go to it. And also, we have the event that's going to be tonight. I might also go to that. Most likely, I'm going to that. I'm hosting the thing, right? So we're going to go to that. We're going to see if we can get a couple of people to go with us. All right, so if we go to the event tonight, we will be live. I just want to say that. I'm going live. Boom. All right, so I'm going to just talk about a couple of things real quick. So I seen this thing, and basically it was talking about like chicks friend zoning you. I'm going to tell you something I've never done. I do not, once a chick tells me that she only wants to be a friend, I refuse to date you. I refuse to do anything with you sexually. This is just me. I don't want to do anything at all. I'm going to tell you why. Listen, I know my personality. And the way that I am is this. Okay. I'm gonna, if I don't want to do the halfway relationship thing. So once you tell me that we're just friends, and then let's say I decide to date you, right? And then in the future you cheat, right? That's my fault. You told me you didn't want to be in a relationship with me. You told me, basically, when you told me that you just want to be friends, that you don't want to be in a relationship. I have no chance of marrying you and having a happy marriage. I have to wait for you to not be wanted by any other men before you're gonna agree to be in a relationship with me. So once a female tells me, you know what, I just want to be friends, I understand that if at any point we ever actually do start dating, it's only because no one else wants you. You get it? So I just wanted to say this morning. Men, when a female tells you they only want to be friends, understand you are the last option. If you are okay with being the last option, whatever I'm saying don't matter. But you are the last option. Now, with that being said, I don't want to date anyone that I'm not friends with. Like, whoever I'm dating has to be my best friend. Whoever I'm in a relationship with has to be my best friend. Don't get this confused. But there's a difference between saying I just want to be friends and us becoming friends while we're searching for a relationship. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. So men, I don't want to hear nobody complaining about they woman that cheated on them when before you got with her, you had to sit around and be her friend because you was friend zoned for 3 years. You was friend zoned for 2 months. If you friend zone me for 1 minute, that's too long. Because the whole relationship, I'm going to understand. You don't want to be with me. I am a last option. I am a last option. You with me because you can't get nobody else that is going to give you the type of love that you want. You probably done let 8, 9, 10, 20 niggas run through you trying to find out, because, women can have sex as much as men can have sex. I'm not trying to tell you who you cannot have sex with. But I will say this. This is an actual fact. Women, the more partners they have, there's a more chance of a divorce. Women initiate divorce, like 85% of divorces are initiated by women. Men tend to want to stay. And don't say they're getting divorces because men are cheating, because most women are getting divorces because men lose their job. When a man needs their help more, when a man needs them to stick by them, that's when most of the women are deciding to get into divorce. And if you don't believe me, you could literally search Google and find all of this stuff out yourself. So there that goes. So I just wanted to say this real quick, and then I'm going to get on to some other BS. So I just wanted to say this real quick. Men, it's the simps that have fucked the game up. And I've been telling people this since the 90s. It's the suckers that effed up the game. It's the dudes that really don't want it. It's two people. It's the simps and it's the suckers. Listen, the simps is the ones that, oh, you're a queen. Whatever you want, I'm going to give it to you. They're getting cheated on right and left. Now, when they finally decide to leave that chick, now she get into a relationship with you, she's already accustomed to being with a dude and not being transparent. She's already accustomed to being with a dude that she could cheat on. You think she's going to change her ways? You think if a man was able to just be able to, if a man was out there banging everything haphazardly, you think when he get with a woman, he's going to change his ways? Also, everybody's green team has been dropped. It's going to be like that for a couple of weeks. If you still want to support the channel, you can cop merch. That's what I prefer. Everybody go cop some merch. Everybody cop merch. I'm not even talking about the Cash App. I'm not talking about the PayPal. I would appreciate both. But everybody that still supports the BBN channel and network, go cop some merch. We could use some merch being copped this month. Cop all of the merch. Everybody go buy a shirt or a sweater. It's the winter. Go buy a sweater or a hat or a bag. I don't give a damn. Or a cup. Go buy something. Cop some merch. So I want to be clear on this. And I don't want there to be no misunderstanding because I am in no way trying to be disrespectful. But it's the simps. Because women are being accustomed to not having to be able to, respect the man. So now they're dating a simp for 2-3 years. Now you start trying to date them and they keep talking about, well, my last man let me do this. Yeah, but he left you too. What the fuck? For those same reasons that you talking about, that's why he left you. Now you want me to be okay with it? Nah, we ain't doing none of that. I'd rather just be alone. I'm being honest with you. And the suckers, I'm going to tell you the suckers is. The suckers is the one that They're always trying to tell you, yeah, men ain't shit, yo. I don't know why them dudes is doing that. And then you might have a man and he's not even doing bad, but you know, women, people just complain about shit anyway. And then they'll be right there helping you complain about that dude, slipping a little bit closer, slipping a little bit closer. Now you go mess around with them thinking that they ready to get into a relationship with you, but they probably already got a girl. They got a woman at home that's mad as hell because you banging him. So the simps and the suckers is the ones that messed it up. Just be honest with what you want in the beginning. Women, for all of y'all women that don't want a real relationship, there's a ton of dudes that don't want a real relationship. The problem is you want the intimacy and they can't give it to you. So you're going to have to choose. Do you want the intimacy or do you not want a real relationship? If you want a real relationship, which comes with intimacies, there's things that you're going to have to give up. That's just a fact. If you don't want to give any of those things up, if you still want to go to the club with your homegirls or anytime you want, fine. If you still want to wear whatever you want and go do whatever you want, fine. There's men out there that's acceptable for. Go date them. Stop trying to date the dudes that don't want that type of action. So now we got a thing that we supposed to be most likely going to tonight. I'm thinking about going. We got two things tonight, just so we can be clear. The first one is a speed dating thing I've been getting sent. This is like the fourth or fifth time they sent me the invite to come to speed dating. I think I'm gonna go tonight. I'm not 100% sure. Hell, you see me dressed a little bit of okays over here. I might go to the speed dating tonight. I'm not 100% sure. And we have the other event that's gonna later on tonight. That we I'm gonna see if Darkwing is gonna pull up with me. I want to pull up with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I want to have somebody that at least bullshit with, get loose and shit like that. We're gonna see if we can get somebody to go with it. Shout out to Kingslayer. Our monetization is currently closed off. I got into another BS ass thing with YouTube. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. If anybody still wants to support the channel, you could PayPal, you could Cash App. But what I would like, if people cop some merch, go cop some merch. Cop a couple of shirts for you and your kids. Cop a couple of sweaters for you and the kids, you and the fam, you and your wife. Cop some merch. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. And then we're going to get straight to the show. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can find it. Shout out to Karma Lydia. I just seen this with the $10 drop. She says, appreciate you. If you did not want me to show that, you have to do the shush sign. So I don't know if because some people want me to show this shit. Shout out to Karma Lydia. No, that's not Karma Lydia. Shout out that's Karma Lydia? I think that's Karma Lydia. Is that Karma Lydia? I think that is. I'm not sure. Says appreciate you. Appreciate you, baby girl. Now go cop some merch. I need y'all to cop merch. Cop merch. I promise you, you're gonna love the merch. Cop some merch. Send me some pictures. Hold on. There's one more thing I want to talk about before we get to the actual show. I know I'm dragging this. Sheesh. Okay, I don't know what to think. Oh! Yeah, it's not in the title. Kanye West, Adidas, comes to a decision. Guess what they have decided to do? Kanye West has signed some kind of agreement with Adidas, allowing for them to sell the stock of Yeezys that they already have. So they can't make new sneakers, but what they already have, he's allowing for them to be able to sell that stock. He's going to make a bag because they're going to go out of business. They're going to be effed up over here. So he's about to get to the bag. Shout out to Kanye. Once again, I don't care how many people say that a person is wrong. That doesn't mean that you are. I'm going to say that again. I don't care how many people say that you're wrong. that doesn't mean that you are. Remember, the man that we know as Jesus Christ, how many apostles did he have? He didn't have 100 people following behind him preaching. He didn't have 1 million people following behind him preaching, but he had 1 million people going against him. Now I want to say one thing and then we're going to get to something else. Rome, when they took over your lands, they didn't make you stop worshiping whatever you was worshiping. They said, you know what? We'll worship that with you. But you have to worship what we worship. And the main thing the Most High says is that we're not supposed to worship any false idols. Get it? So stop thinking just because somebody else is okay with what you're doing, that you have to be okay with what they're doing. Because if you're ready to just be okay with whatever somebody else is doing just for them to co-sign you, that's not godly. That's not the way the Most High wants us to move. Guess who doesn't move that way and gets killed for it? So be mindful. Stop co-signing things because things co-sign you. Once again, all Satan wants you to do is fight. All Satan wants you to do is denounce the Most High. All Satan wants you to do is the opposite of what God wants you to do. Because whenever we're doing the opposite of what God what wants us to do, that means that we can't walk in his light. That means that we can't get to our purpose. Get to your purpose. And I promise you, your purpose ain't to be okay with every damn thing. Just want to say something real quick. And then we're going to get to the R. Kelly, K-Flock, Quavo, and Taxstone conversation. There's a new game, video game that came out, right? It's Hogwarts, whatever, right? It's made something like $850 million already, right? Do you know that the LGBTQ community wants the game, want people to stop going to the game because, or transgenders, the trans culture doesn't want people to spend money on the game. You want to know why? Because J.K. Rowling's isn't pro-trans. Why does she have to be pro-trans? I didn't even know she wasn't pro-trans. So as far as I know, she's not even out there campaigning against them. She's just not campaigning for them. Be mindful of the things that you agree to. Copy? Be mindful. And I'm about to hit you over the head before we move on. If we are actually indigenous to America, if we are indigenous to America, then you don't want your kids being taught CRT in school. I'm going to say this again. If American blacks are indigenous to America, you do not want your children being taught critical race theory in school. Because critical race theory says that we're not indigenous to America and we came from somewhere else. That changes the entire narrative of who we are. Just think about that again the next time you're just going so hard at everybody that's against critical race theory. I think that we need, and I'm not trying to say that we're not supposed to be taught about Black American history. What I'm saying is, I think that we need to look a little bit deeper into what's actually going on. Not just with the people who want to stop and start critical race theory, but actually at our own history in America. I think too often we allow for ourselves to be told the thing that we are willing to accept. Think about why you're willing to accept that before you accept it. That's all I'm saying. I don't watch slavery movies. It's a rarity. Django Unchained was probably out, I don't know how many years before I could bring myself to look at it. Now I'm going to say something, and then we're going to move on. But I want to be clear about this. Yo, Darkwing, what you doing tonight? I got us some tickets to a thing. I got a couple of tickets. You could invite somebody if you want. Listen and pay attention. And then I'm going to get off of this. But listen, pay attention. Why do they keep trying to push down first? Why do they keep trying to push down our throats that we came from another country? Another continent. Pardon me. Why do they keep trying to push down our throats that we came from another continent? That's one. Two, why can't they find any of the slave boats? You trying to tell me that they have boats that brung millions of blacks to America, but they can't find any? But they can find the Titanic. One boat. Be mindful where you get your information from. Some people are just too willing to agree just so you could agree with them. So they'll agree with things. You understand? Get those people away from you. It's a difference between having somebody with you that challenges you so you can grow and a person that's with you trying to stunt your growth by challenging everything. If you have anybody around you that's challenging everything, get from around them. It's not to your benefit. Also, cop merch. We're having an issue with YouTube and our monetization. So I need everybody to cop merch this month. Go cop a shirt. Go cop a sweater. I don't know what region you live in the world. Go cop some merch. Link is in the bio. Link is in the description. All right, let's get to it. All right, so real quick, I just wanted to go over this because somebody came in last night and was trying to make the R. Kelly situation, R. Kelly getting 20 years. My dude, it's at 11 o'clock and it's going to be around Times Square. I got tickets. This event right here, I already bought a shitload. I already got a shitload of tickets. I'm going to show you the event. Hold on. Come on, you pulling up with me, nigga. What you talking about? And we going live. What you talking about? This the event we pulling up to. Copy? We pulling up to this tonight. We going live there. Pull up. I got an extra ticket if you got somebody to bring with you. Just have them dressed appropriately. You know what I mean? Just have them dressed appropriately. Copy? Yeah. We're gonna try to see if we can get some more people to come with us. I got a couple of tickets. Anybody in New York that want to roll, let me know. Shoot, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put an actual commercial. I gotta get more commercials up here for y'all guys. I have been lagging on that because I've been doing some other BS stuff, and I've been tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. Be right back. Go cop your allegedly merch. Link is in the description. All right, so I'm gonna bring up a screen real quick so we can just go look at the R. Kelly thing in real time, right? Y'all like that, right? Just bring up a screen, go look at the R. Kelly thing in real time. Our monetization has been dropped for this month, so I need for every single individual go cop one shirt. Every person. I'm not asking you to do drops or nothing. Everybody go cop one shirt. One shirt or one sweater. I get in trouble with YouTube from time to time. It is what it is. It's not nothing to be upset or angry over. All right, so somebody came in here last night, and before I show you the whole thing, somebody came in here last night, and this is what I mean by you have to stop letting people just tell you stuff. All right? Go do your own research. Hold on. Oh, okay. What's your question? I think I'm about to answer it. What's your question? I'm gonna shave too. You know what? I'm gonna shave. Especially if I'm gonna go to that thing, I'm gonna shave. What's your question? Let me get your question first. If anybody want to pull up and talk, boom. What's your question? Let me get your question first. I'm feeling like myself as of late. Not for nothing. Hey, you're gonna ask the question? Let's give her a minute, see if she can get her question out. Remember, there's lag, there's time, difference or whatever. I was gonna say time dilation, like we going through a black hole or something. You go through a black hole, allegedly there's time dilation. Anyway. All right, so we're just gonna talk about the R. Kelly thing. Put your question up there when you get the opportunity. Give me 1 second. All right, so R. Kelly has been sentenced to 20 more years for tampering with children. What up, Jazz? For tampering with children, but his total prison time is only extended by 1 year. This is what I was trying to explain to y'all yesterday. Do y'all remember? Hold on, I'm gonna drop this for 1 second. Do y'all remember yesterday we had the dude come in here and he was like, well, R. Kelly got 20 more years and Harvey Weinstein only got 16 more. And he was trying to make it a black on white thing. And I was trying to explain that that's not what happened. Please stop making everything about black and white. Some things is not about one person being black and another person being white. Some things are not about one person being male and the other person being female. Sometimes shit is just what it is. Copy? And when we're dealing with the judicial system, some people just got better lawyers than others. Get it? Just so we can be clear. So we had somebody last night that tried to pull up and get into a race war in our chat. And apparently, whenever I don't just agree with the race war, I get whatever, disrespected or whatever, right? So we had a person that tried to come in with a race war in our chat, just so we can be clear. And they were trying to say the reason why Harvey Weinstein only got 16 more years and R. Kelly got 20 more years is basically because Harvey Weinstein is white and R. Kelly is black. R. Kelly got 20 more years, but he's only gonna his prison time's only extended by 1 year. All of those other years are gonna be running at the same time. So a judge sentenced R. Kelly, the once high-flying R&B star turned child, whatever, I don't even want to say those words, pervert, to 20 years in prison Thursday on another set of perversion crimes, including that word. After 19 of those years, but 19 of those years will be served concurrently. Concurrently basically means at the same time with his existing prison time, meaning only 1 year gets added to the end of his previous 30-year sentence. So in reality, R. Kelly only got 1 more year. You get it? So now let's go look at Harvey Weinstein so we can see what white privilege did for him, because of what this guy, that whoever that dude was talking about. Right? The other guy was talking about how white privilege helped Harvey Weinstein, right? Is his running concurrent also? Let's see. As far as I know, no. Oh man, I hit the wrong link. Sorry about that. Maybe it does. I don't know. Let's see. But as far as right now, R. Kelly is only getting 1 more year. He's also 56. So 31 years added, 56 years old. So that means he's going to get out at what? 87? Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 16 more years in prison Thursday for taking advantage of a woman in Beverly Hills in 2013. The disgraced Hollywood filmmaker will spend the rest of his life behind bars, obviously. Harvey Weinstein is 70 and in poor health, already serving a 23-year prison sentence. So 16, 23, that's 39 years he's going to be in jail. So he's going to be 39 years. He's going to be in jail for 39 years. Why? Because his 2 sentences cannot be served concurrently. So he's getting 39 years in jail, and R. Kelly is getting 31 years in jail. This is why I stopped listening to people with their fake outrage. I promise you, they don't know what they're talking about. They just have fake outrage. They just hear a talking point that somebody makes, and then thinks that that's the end. They can't tell the difference between a talking point and a discussion. That's the best way I could put it. They can't tell the difference. They'll think a talking point is an entire discussion. You understand? They can't tell the difference, with all due respect. And handed down Harvey Weinstein's punishment, Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Lisa Lynch ruled he cannot serve the 2 sentences concurrently. Instead, Weinstein will return to New York to serve the rest of his sentence there, according to his attorney Mark Wertzman. Combined, the sentences ensure Harvey Weinstein will not be eligible for release until the 2050s. So he faced a max of 24 years in prison, and they gave him 16. So please stop with the fake outrage. That doesn't help the victims. Fake outrage never helps the victims. All right, so we don't want fake outrage. We don't want to be outside of ourselves. We want to be inside of ourselves. We want to be calm. We don't want to be outside of ourselves. Copy? We want to be inside of ourselves. And we want to be calm. Stop with the fake outrage. This is not white privilege. That man is 70 years old. He's already got 20-something years that he got to do. And now he got to do a whole nother 16. You think it mattered if they gave him 10? They could have gave him 5 more years. He's still not going to be free. He's 70. Sheesh. You think he's going to live another 26 years in prison? Pardon me. Besides this particular charge, you think he's going to live another 23 years in prison? He's 70. Nah. You good? You probably at work. That's why I just kept going. You good? I appreciate you. Thank you for the question. Carmen Lydia says, I'm so sorry. You don't need to be. I took so long. How is you're a person who actually does good comments. When you take a while to answer, I'm assuming it's for a good reason. When we got people in here that's just being jerks and then they're taking a long time to answer, they're taking a long time to answer because they're talking with people trying to figure out how to beat me, because that's how they see it. I don't see it like that. I see it as we having a conversation and exchanging information, but they don't see it like that. I don't see you as one of those people. You understand? They just want you to think that I see you as one of those people so you don't support the platform. You understand? But I don't see you as one of those people. I don't see you as one of the individuals that because it be a whole bunch of them and they all be together trying to figure out how they could say something over here to make me seem like I'm doing something wrong. You understand? That's why I speak to them the way that I speak to them. That's why when you come over here, you kind of got to prove to me that, not you, but you've already proven that. You kind of got to prove to me that you don't have ill intent, that you have good content. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all asked great questions. Thank you for the question. It was leading into what I wanted to talk about. So I don't want to do the 666 by accident. So you was perfect. All right. That was a perfect way to lead into what I was talking about. God sent you. Carmen Lydia says, I'm so sorry I took so long. No need to apologize. Thank you for breaking it down. So R. Kelly only gets 1 extra year. Wow. That is what people should be saying. Not Harvey Weinstein got 16, R. Kelly got 20. It's white privilege. How? Stop going to those pages where all people do is speak hate. If you think that those individuals have good content or know what they're talking about, you are crazy. Not you. I'm not saying you go to those pages. I'm talking in general. This is a general sense. Stop spending your time on pages where all people do is talk hate. How could they be giving you good information if the only reason in which why they're giving you information is to prove another person wrong? I don't give you information to prove anybody wrong. I give you information to share with you so you could be more informed. We're different. We have 2 totally different purposes. I don't even understand how every single person in Mambla isn't in jail. How isn't every single person in Mambla not in jail? For everybody that don't know, I forgot what that even stands for. But that's basically the men that want to have intercourse with little boys in general. I don't understand how they're not all in jail. You want to put niggas in jail for being a part of a gang that didn't even do crimes, that they're just promoting the gang. How are you not putting people in jail for promoting that shit? want somebody to ask Donald Trump about Nambler. And I want to hear his response. Because once Donald Trump say that he gonna go after them, you know he gonna go after them. Could we all agree on that? When Donald Trump say he gonna go do something, he kind of go do it. Tell me where the lie at. Remember that wall? Everybody made fun of him. The Democrats was laughing at him about that wall. Laughing. Making jokes like crazy. Guess what? We got a wall. Tell me where the lie at. Tell me where the lie at. The Democrats was going crazy on this dude. We got a wall though. I'm thinking about refreshing my coffee. I need one of those things that you put under your coffee to keep the fucking mug warm. Because sometimes I don't actually want more coffee. I just want to heat my coffee up. So I got to boil water and put more hot water in the coffee. Therefore, I got to put a little bit more coffee, a little bit more sugar, and a little bit more. You understand? Kendra bought me one too. I just don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at. I might not have it no more. I'm going to go check my stuff. I might still have it. Kendra bought me one. She buy me a lot of stuff, even though we're not together no more. She does still buy me gifts every now and then. Shout out to Kendra. Shout out to Kendra. And sometimes she cooks me meals. Shout out to Kendra. We are not together no more. Give me 1 second. I'm blowing my nose. She's my very good friend. That's it. Just friends. That's it. It's not going no further than that. But she's my very good friend. And sometimes she buys me gifts. It's actually a cup warmer and a phone charger. So it's kind of lit. I gotta find it though. Anyway. Are we clear on the R. Kelly thing? Can we move off and get on a different topic? What's the next topic y'all want to discuss? We got Quavo, Taxstone, and K Flock up for discussion. What's the next topic y'all want to discuss? Put it in the chat. I'm going to go actually try to refresh my coffee a little. Put it in the chat. Let's see what the next topic y'all want to discuss. Okay? All right. Kingslayer. I know that you're one of the people that do drops to the super chat. You cannot do super chat drops because we've lost our monetization. But you could go buy a shirt. Link in the bio. Link in the description. And it's winter. I don't know if you live in a cold area. If you live in a warm area, just buy a t-shirt. But it might, if you live in a cold area. Okay, hold on. Could we just stop for 1 minute? I want to show, because the tank top, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. But the hoodies are different. And there's the one specific hoodie that it's just super comfortable. It's whatever this hoodie is. I'm going to show y'all the hoodie. This is whatever this hoodie is. Bag season only has one. Because there's different hoodies. Whatever this hoodie is the most comfortable of the hoodies. Whichever this hoodie is, I don't know which hoodie it is. This is the thickest one and it's the most comfortable. Whichever hoodie this bag season hoodie is, it's the thickest one and it's the most comfortable. It's super comfortable. And it's the thickest one. It's the thickest one. So if anybody's buying one, you want to make sure that you can get cozy. That's the one. If you want to do a drop, it has to go to Cash App or to the suit. It has to go to the Cash App or to the PayPal. Because I know you support the channel. You feel me? I wish you commented more. Shout out to Darkwing with the $10 drop. He says, get to it. All of the things. And shout out to the Art of D Glass with the $10 drop. He says, thank God it's Friday. I want to put together a sizzle reel for both of y'all guys that I'm going to start playing when I do commercials, because we got to start getting back to doing commercials on live. Give me 1 minute. I want to have a meeting with both of y'all guys, by the way. Office. We're gonna get all of the hot waters over here. We're gonna put it in the cups, and I'm hoping it's enough to warm the fucking cup, warm the coffee up. I don't know if it's enough. You don't gotta put this. He said I'll be at work. Nah, fucks with you, King Slayer. I'm happy that I'm happy that that what we do, what I do over here, you know, it brightens a lot of y'all day. I want to apologize about some of the inconsistency, but I'm happy that what I do over here brighten you guys' day. That's a fact. And I want to apologize, you know, when I was, you know, going through it, whenever I was going through it. But what you have to understand is it was a lot of, I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to apologize. I just got to do better. That's it. That's it. That's all. Anyway, let me make sure I get this straightened out. I'm going to send y'all to another commercial. Give me 1 minute. We'll be right back. I want to get that gray, the light BBN, the real light colored BBN. I think I want to cop that one. I need to cop that. I need to cop the real light colored BBN. I only got the red BBN right now. I want the light colored BBN, and I want that navy colored BBN. I think I need to cop both of those. For real. Like, especially if you roll with me somewhere, you need some BBN merch, man. We could all show up with BBN merch. It don't gotta say Frost. But we got BBN merch that ain't Frost, man. Cop some BBN merch. We could show up with the BBN merch and we squad. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, neither here nor there. So y'all said only person that said anything was K. So y'all want to get on this K Flock conversation? All right. So let's go into K Flock. So there's a couple of things that I want to say real quick, and I want to be clear on this. This is no hate at all. This is not no hate directed towards K Flock. This is no hate directed at his family. This is no hate directed at anybody that's associated with the guy, whether you was one of the street dudes leading him in the right direction or not. This is no hate. I just want to make a point. And I'm going to stand on my point. We have to stop allowing for our youth to be misled or misdirected just because we're benefiting. Now, I'm going to say something real quick. A lot of times people don't want you to heal because they benefited from you being sick. Get it? So we have to do something about that. We have to stop allowing for people to benefit off of our sickness. You understand? The Most High is never going to give you that type of energy. The Most High is never going to want you to stay sick. The Most High isn't going to benefit off of you being sick. So I'm not trying to shoot at this dude. I'm not trying to shoot at his family. I'm not trying to shoot at the people that was around him. But we have to want people to grow. I'm going to tell you what was one of the worst things. And this is not, I'm not talking crazy about my family member. I ran into a family member and they said something to me. And when they said what they said to me, I realized that they wasn't for me no more. This particular family member. I realized I can't be around them. And what they said was they hadn't seen me in about 10 years. And what they said was, you know, they saw me going through whatever I was going through on the internet. And what they said was this. Listen, pay attention. They said, don't worry. We know how you are. They could basically come hang out with me, or basically, I should go be around them because they know how to treat me because they know who I am. And I'm busy thinking to myself, I haven't seen or spoke to you for 10 years. How in the hell could you know who I am? I'm a totally different person. Last time I saw you was about 10 years ago. Let's be helpful. Let's say the last time I saw you was 6 years ago. I'm still a different person. So you want to treat me, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful to them. I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. You want me to stay the same person that I was 10 years ago, the same person that I was 6 years ago. God doesn't want that for us. Sometimes people benefit off your brokenness, so they don't want you to get fixed. Now, this particular cousin, they've seen me do miracles. They see me pull up to places and make shit happen. I've seen them pull up to places and make shit happen. They are special. And I want to be clear about this. They are special. They're not living in the gifts that God gave them. Shout out to Charlene Champion. They're not living inside of the gifts that God gave them. They're not. God gave them gifts. They're not living inside of those gifts. Seeing them throughout the course of my life growing up as a teenager, they're older than me. Seeing them going through the course of my life as a teenager, I get to 17, 18 years old, I'm hanging out with them on a regular. Seeing their gifts allowed for me to understand and recognize my own. Allowed for me to transform my gifts from what they were to have the work ethic and the mind to turn them into what they are. So I'm in no way speaking negatively about this person. But when that individual said to me what he said, it made me understand that they would never accept the who I am now. And just to be fair, I hung around the person. And they were still treating me like the person that I used to be, not the person that I am now. So I say all that to say this. K-Flock is in this situation because when his gifts started blossoming, he didn't have people around him that could point him in a direction for growth. He didn't have people around him saying, yo, look, I know what you was doing, but we can't be doing that no more. I know what you were a part of, but you can't be a part of that no more. We're turning into something greater. And this is why often you have to get away from your family. Because you're going to have family members that's going to benefit from their brokenness. So they're not going to want you to be fixed. They're going to treat you like you were the person you was 20 years ago when you ain't been that person for 20 years. This is why you got to get out of wherever you're from and go out into the world so you can see how fresh eyes recognize you. Why would you want to keep people around you that purposely trigger you because of their own insecurities? Who purposely triggers you more than family? So you're going to have the family you can hang out with, and you're going to have the family that you can't. You're going to have the family that you love, and you're going to have the family you have to love from a distance. Some of us only have family we can love from a distance. Because some of us are that special. All of us are that special. Live inside of your gift. Don't become K-Flock. Now let's get into the K-Flock. He's not coming home, y'all. There is no coming home for K-Flock. He is not coming home. I'm going to explain to you why in 2 seconds. I don't think he's going to snitch. I don't think K-Flock is going to snitch. The only way he's going to get out from these problems he has is to snitch. I don't think he's going to snitch. You think he's going to snitch? I don't think he's going to snitch. I think that if he was going to snitch, he should have did it already. Also, just so we can be clear, I think that if he was going to snitch, he should have did it already. I don't think he's going to snitch. New York City gangs forced, New York City gangs join forces to terrorize neighborhood, boasts about violence in rap songs. That's a rap. Members of two ruthless Bronx gangs, including a teen rapper charged with deletion, joined forces to terrorize their own neighborhood while boasting about the real acts of violence in rap music, the Fed said Thursday. He might look. I'm just saying I don't think he's gonna tell. I'm not saying that he's definitely not gonna tell. I think that he's gonna. I think that the machismo is gonna be too strong. I think that he's not gonna understand how long that time really is. I think that a lot of 17-year-olds think that they've already been alive for a long time, and you can't tell them they haven't. I think by the time he realizes how long life sentence is, it's going to be too late for him to go back on it. The South Side and Third Side Street crews banded together in 2019 and carried out indiscriminate shootings against rival gang members, according to a statement from Manhattan Federal Prosecutions. Now I'm going to say something, and I want to be clear on this. He's listed as one of the top people in the gang. Who's he snitching on? He's listed as one of the leaders of the gang. Who is he snitching on? That's all I'm saying, Tyson Garcia. Who is he snitching on? He's listed as one of the leaders. One of the shootings took place December 16, 2021, when Kevin Perez, also known as rapper K-Flock, allegedly killed Oscar Hernandez, deleted Oscar Hernandez in Hamilton Heights, a neighborhood he was not from. And I want to be clear on this. This is the part that I think that people don't really get. Hold on. I want to be clear on this. This is the part that I think people don't really get. These dudes be online, live, on their live, going to other people's neighborhoods talking about they looking for people. So when they show this in court, the prosecuting attorney is gonna basically say that he has, which he actually does, academic showed everybody, a history of going to neighborhoods where his ops are, looking for them to shoot them. Do you understand what the problem is? He's not gonna beat this. That's not gonna happen. Okay, so you're not getting what they're doing. They're not taking those no more. They're not taking those, Tyson Garcia. They're not allowing you to do that anymore. They're not allowing for you to tell on the people that's under you anymore. They're literally letting those people out of jail if they tell on you because you're the head. He is the breadwinner. They're not allowing people to do that no more. They're not allowing for you to tell when he's the breadwinner. If they let him back out of jail, that means that he can fund the game. They're literally trying to lock up all the people that fund the organization. Because when they mess with your funding, they can take you down. That's what they're doing. So they're not going to let him out because he's the biggest funder of their organization right now. I don't even think their organization has a funder other than him. He's the guy that people are going to shoot people for. You understand? There we go. Perez, 19, was arrested on state murder charges in January and was transferred from state to federal custody in light of the indictment until Thursday. So just so we could be clear, he's in federal custody now. The feds got him now. He in federal custody. The indictment against Perez and 5 other side affiliates include charges for several other shootings against enemy gang members, though none of those were fatal. So they have them all over the place shooting at people, and these guys were going live. The court documents also allege that the group promoted and celebrated criminal conduct by referencing real acts of violence and music uploaded to social media. These dudes are on, because remember, if you driving around talking about you looking for the ops, right? Just so we can be clear. And then you decide to go off of live just so you can shoot and then get back on live. You don't think they know that was you? Also, didn't the government already say that the New York City government, the mayor specifically, didn't he already say, shout out to Eric Adams, didn't he already say that they're going to have a special gang task force specifically for Brooklyn and specifically for Bronx drill music? Isn't there a YouTube content creator that told y'all that these dudes need to stop committing these violent shootings? There's a YouTube content creator that said that they should stop doing the shootings. This guy. There's a YouTube content creator that told people if you got to do crimes, make sure it's not a violent crime because the police is coming for the violent crimes. If you're doing another crime, then they're going to overlook you because they're trying to get the killers off the street. Who told you that? This guy. When did this guy tell you that? Like 2 years ago? Right? It was about 2 years ago, right? I was trying to tell people stop killing people. Well, I'm always telling people that. But I explained that this actually was going to happen about 2 years ago. You probably couldn't find my page because of all the hate pages. But I was saying this 2 years ago. Giving out great advice to help our neighborhoods and streets. I was just probably hard to find because there's so many people that don't want you to get that information because they don't care about our black kids. They don't care about people dying in the street. They don't care about kids killing kids. So they trying to block my channel out. Who? People that look like us and some people that don't. Why? Because of hate. If you go to any of these pages, you see the people that supporting what they're doing. Trying to stop the word from getting out, and I'm literally telling you what the police is going to do. Not because I'm trying to stop the police from doing their job, but because I want more of us to be alive at the end of every day. No good deed goes unpunished. Although the charges do not specify which alleged crimes are mentioned in the song, several of Perez's tracks feature explicit references to guns and deletion. Moolah, keep shooting. Leave them on the pavement. These guys, they done. He raps in a song called DOA, which is also the Subside's alternative gang name. 3 of the other Subside members named in the indictment, Devin Mason, 24, Nicholas Johnson, 21, Josie, I think that's Josie, Castro, 25, were arrested Thursday morning. So first of all, somebody snitched on these dudes. Just so we could be clear, they doing their investigation, but they don't pull up until they got it. They don't pull up until they got a snitch. The 2 remaining alleged members, convicted felon Sean Smith, 32. This dude is 32 years old. He's 32 years old involved in this. Irvin Beeman, 23, remain on the loose. The charges against the Subside gang members come after an indictment was unsealed last month against alleged Third Side gangster Isaiah Rosen and Michael Grant, 21. Like the Subside gang, Rosen and Gant, who are both, isn't Gant the name of the dude from 48 Hours? I'm sorry. Gans. It was Gans. Like Subside gang, Rosen and Gant, who are both in federal custody, are accused of a slew of violent crimes and firearm offenses in aid of racketeering. Okay, so I wanted to stop right here. I wanted to stop right here. I have not read this previously. This is how they get their case against you. You got 2 dudes who they've been finding doing crimes for who knows how long, and they keep letting them out on purpose because they know that they're going to keep committing crimes and they just watching them. So any of you dudes that committed a crime with Rosen and Gant, you were probably being watched while you were committing the crime. I'm going to say that again. Anybody that was committing crimes with these 2 dudes, after the police picked them up and let them go, picked them up and let them go, picked them up and let them go. Any of you that were committing crimes with these dudes while they was walking around talking about, yo, they can't hold me, I'm too real. Any of you that were committing crimes with these dudes. Also, just so we can be clear, are those the 2 guys they said that they are still on the loop? No, those are the 2 guys that started the indictment. Look. Stop committing crimes. Go save your children. Okay? Because there's dudes like this guy, who I'm not trying to badmouth, but he's 32 years old in the street shooting the block up with 22 and 21-year-old kids. I'm going to say that again. He's 32-year-old out there in the street shooting the block up with 22 and 21-year-old kids. 23-year-old kids. What is he doing hanging out with these guys? Maybe the 24 and the 25, it makes sense for him to be hanging out with those guys. But he's 32 years old. How much hanging out can he do with these other guys if they not playing basketball or something? How much hanging out can he do with these guys? Also, he's a convicted felon. are out here doing crimes with niggas that's convicted felons. What the hell, yo? I just think that's bananas. I don't know what to tell you. They out here committing crimes with dudes that's convicted felons, yo. They already show you that they don't know how to get away. What in the hell, fam? Grant, in particular, is allegedly implicated in at least 3 non-deadly shootings over the summer 2020. So he was just shooting at them. He wasn't trying to kill them. Was he trying to create a case? Was he helping the police? Y'all better wake up, man. Y'all think, hold on, I'm going to say something. Y'all think that shit is fake? Y'all think that is fake? How the police who have somebody on the police, I'm not saying he's working with the police, but do you think this is fake? The police who have a dude in your gang working with you, but they not allowed to kill nobody. They could do whatever other crime, but they can't kill nobody. You do know that this is a thing, right? When they put that plant, I'm not saying a snitch, and I'm not calling him a snitch or a plant. I'm just saying, listen, pay attention. When they put, this is why, stay out of the street. Stay out of the street. Start going home at night and going to bed before 1. Start doing that. Go find yourself a little girlfriend out here and y'all go after the world. All right? Go do that. I'm not saying go find one of these chicks and mess her up. I'm saying go find yourself a little girlfriend that's on similar things that you on, and then y'all change your lives around and go out there and try to go after the world. That's what I'm saying. You know why we still got dope fiends? Because a lot of these dudes get hooked on that shit when they locked up in prison. That's why dope fiends still exist, homie. And I'm not talking about the perk popping mofos. I'm talking about the other fiends, the niggas that's straight fiends. They didn't even start off on pills. They went straight to the hard shit. You want to know why? Because they became fiends when they was locked up in jail. Sheesh. Go find yourself a little girlfriend that's on some similar shit, and then y'all go not attack the world to kill the world, but attack the world in order to make a living, in order to build a family. Go do that. Start going to sleep before 1. Stop staying up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, messing up your sleep cycle, making it so that now you can't be freaking dedicated to anything because you're walking around all day with a foggy brain because you don't get enough sleep. Stop waking up at noon. You shouldn't be waking up at or afternoon unless you're getting off the 3rd shift. How about that? Take some responsibility for your life. If somebody comes up to you and they having a conversation with you that's not about building, if they having a conversation with you talking bad about the next person, if they having a conversation with you that isn't adding value to you, just let them know this ain't for you. Walk away. Nah, this really ain't for me though. Stop trying to be polite and listening to what they got to say first. Nah, this ain't really for me, homie. I'm not on that. I'm on this. Oh, you think you too good for us? Nah, but you might not be thinking that you good enough to be on what I'm on. I think you could do it though. You think you better than me? Nah, I don't think I'm better than you. I just think you batting under your average. I think you need to raise your bar some. I think you could do it. I don't know why you don't. Nah, man. See, this is what we always do. Yeah, I know that's what we've been doing, but I'm trying to do something different because I seen the people that came before me and I seen them doing these things, and now I also see them out on the street on dope. I don't want to be that. Have those conversations. Copy? Have those conversations. We got to do different, homie. Nah. I'm not bringing you in on what I'm doing. I'm telling you, though, that we got to do different. You go create some buzz, and then if you got something going on with you, maybe we work together. Because if you just bring that person with you trying to carry you, they're going to drag you back down. So you can't. They got to change that mindset. Look, yeah. Three non-deadly shootings. So he just outside shooting his gun. Why? If convicted, Gant, Rosen, Johnson, Beeman, Mason each face 10 to 20 years behind bars. So they all just gonna go to jail until they're in their 40s? Except for the one dude, he gonna be in his 50s? Smith and Castro staring down a maximum of 20 to 30. Now, you don't think these dudes is going to snitch on Perez? While Perez is at risk of a mandatory life sentence or the death penalty. Because he's dealing with the feds. The feds do the death penalty. So they ready to give this nigga the death penalty. He 19. You do know what that means, right? Hold on. I didn't put this up there for y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to explain this real quick. Look, listen. I'm going to go over this one more time. Listen, pay attention. Go get your kids, man. I don't care if they not your kids. I don't care if that's your little brother, your little cousin. I don't care if that's just some little dude in the hood that you just really rock with. You know what I'm saying? And you know he got potential. Go get him. Go get her. Go get whoever it is. Look. Said side, right? Rose and Grant, both in federal custody. Federal custody. They're accused of a slew of violent crimes and firearms offenses in aid of racketeering. What up, Brooklyn Goat? I don't know what those exclamations are for. Are you mad at me or are you agreeing with me? Gant, in particular, is allegedly implicated in at least 3 non-guilty shootings from the summer of 2020. So he's outside just banging that drum. Why? Why? You think that it's not that bad if no one gets hit? He's literally creating a case. He's creating one. If convicted, Gant, Rosen, Johnson, Beeman, and Mason each face up to 10 to 20 years behind bars, the prosecutor said. Right? So they're done. Hold on. Let's see which one is the 32-year-old real quick. That was Sam Smith. They ain't catching. Right? But the Smith dude, I'm guessing because he's already a convicted felon, and Castro are staring down a maximum of 20 to 30, right? But Perez, you know, Perez is K-Flock, mandatory life in prison or the death penalty. You do know that means even if he snitch, he not going free. We know one other person that is in that situation, right? Put it in the chat if you know who I'm talking about. Put it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. We know one other person that's in that situation. Brooklyn Goat says, you think the feds came in because the state case wasn't strong enough? No, not at all. You think the state case wasn't strong enough and his mandatory, and his, if he gets found guilty, it's mandatory life or the death penalty. You really think the state case wasn't strong enough? Because by you saying that, you're basically saying they was willing to let all of these other guys go if they could have just got him with the state case. You think they were going to let those other guys go? I mean, I'm not criticizing you, and I'm not saying that that's not a bad question. It's actually a pretty decent question. Thank you for asking it. But what I'm saying is, you think the feds, look, what I'm saying is this. He's getting a mandatory sentence of life in prison or the death penalty. Right? You think if the state case was weak, that they would have let, that this would be the charges he would be able to face in this situation? You think they went from not being able to get him at all to keeping him forever? I'm just asking. Do you think they went from not being able to get him at all, because you're saying the state case was so weak, he was going to get off. So do you think they went from not being able to get him at all to keeping him forever? That's such a large jump. You really think that that's what happened? I'm asking, do you think that makes sense? See what I'm saying? So now I gotta wait for you to converse with some other people or something to come up with it. And I gotta wait for you to go talk to some people to try to figure out how to come back in here and respond. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Through these charges, we will hold side, third side members responsible. Oh, he's responding. All right. I was thinking like he could have get 10 years in the state. That's why the feds came in. Stop. You think that if the case is weak, he can get 10 years? That don't make sense. You think a weak case, he could get 10 years? Or for a weak case means that you're going to be let free. Right? In New York City, you get 5 for a gun. So why would you? I don't think the state's case was weak. They had video evidence. Never a weak case when there's video evidence. That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. You can't have a weak case if there's video evidence. I need for you to explain to me how there's a... hold on. Just explain to me how it's a weak case and there's video evidence. Explain that part. And then I'll probably respond back to other things that you say. But explain that part. How with video evidence is a weak case. I need for you to explain that to me before I could really take too much more that you're saying, but so seriously. With all due respect. Through these charges, we will hold side, third side members responsible for plaguing our communities with gun violence. These dudes are just running around shooting. The one guy, he shot like 3 or 4 times in the neighborhood. I'm happy he didn't hit anybody, but that just sounds like he was just running around terrorizing the neighborhood. William comments is supported by the NYPD Commissioner Kevin Sweat. I would love to interview this guy, who referred to the group's deadly nexus of gangs and illegal guns as a major public safety threat. If somebody just going around the neighborhood shooting their guns off is not a public safety threat, I don't know what is. And so for all of the people who is co-signing and saying free those guys that's running around, just running around shooting their guns, yeah, shout out to Dre Williams. Shout out to Dre Williams. Dre Williams, what do you think about Brooklyn Goat's comments? Am I being too harsh on him? I want your opinion. Who thinks I'm being too harsh on Brooklyn Goat? Put it in the chat. Combating this crisis is the NYPD's top priority, and the team's indictments are another step towards ridding our streets of violence and fear. My dude, they're just rolling around the block shooting their guns. Like, that's bananas. That's so bananas. I can't condone, consent, or act like that's not something that's a problem. And anybody that can, you don't care about the people in the neighborhood. Don't tell me you do. I don't want to hear people talk about, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm going to keep it a stack with you. God first. I'm going to say what I'm about to say, then we're going to see what the word is for the day. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but God first. I can't condone this type of behavior. I don't care what I feel about the person. Please start separating your personal feelings about a person, your personal feelings about whatever media content they create, and how they actually conduct themselves in society. Separate those things, because it feels crazy when I hear somebody say free a dude that's out here committing all the damn crimes. So you love the person that's committing the crimes more than you love the community? And then as soon as some old lady gets shot or some kid gets shot, you're going to be fake. Yo, these kids, they wild. But the kids that's actually doing it, when they get locked up, you're going to be like, free them. The devil is the author of confusion. Let's read our word for today. We got Philippians verse 4, line 7. Let me look real quick and see how long this is before I decide if we're going to read the whole verse or if we're just going to read the line. We're going to read the whole verse. It's 23 lines. That's not much. Closing appeal for steadfastness and unity. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, for whom I love and long for, my joy and crown, stand firm in the Lord. In this way, dear friends, I plead with Euodia, I don't know how to say that name, and I plead with Simps, I don't know how to say that name, to be in the same mind in the Lord. Yes, and I ask you, my true companion, help these women, since they have contended at my side in the cause of the gospel. Those are 2 women, along with Clement and the rest of my co-workers, whose name is in the book of life. Please, Lord, for everybody that supports this page, for everybody that looks out for Jack Frost, for the BBN, and wants us to prosper, I would suffer that you would smile down on them and bring pleasures into their lives that will allow for them to live inside of your grace and allow for them to receive all of the things that you want for them in their lives. Final exhortations. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guide your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Let's focus and keep our mind on the good of the world. Let's not become enveloped with negative thoughts. Let's not come enveloped with creating negative things in the universe. Let's keep our focus on the prosperity of ourselves and others. Let's keep our focus on the Most High and how we could benefit our brothers and sisters by living inside of His Word. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Thanks for your gifts. I rejoice greatly in the Lord that at last you renewed your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned, but I had no opportunity to show it. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength. Yet, it is good of you to share in my troubles. I want to give all of the appreciation, all of the love to every single person, once again, that supports this platform, to every single person that allows for my voice to be heard, for every single person that pulls up in here with love in your heart and shares that with me. I appreciate you and I love you more than I can even imagine to be able to express. If you don't do anything else today, please just try to live inside of the Most High's Word. Because when you do that, then I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm helping people to change their hearts if need be, or express their hearts if need be. So please, live inside of the Word of the Most High. Yet it is good for you to share in my troubles. Moreover, as you Philippians know, in the early days of your acquaintance with the gospel, when I set out to Macedonia, not one church shared with me the matter of giving and receiving, except you only. For even when I was in Thessalonica, you sent me aid more than once when I was in need. Not that I desire your gifts. What I desire is that more be credited to your account. I wish that the Lord blesses those who bless me. I want Him to bless you tenfold for every blessing that you send my way, for every opportunity that you give for me to be able to express who I am and to be my true self. I pray that the Lord comes and blesses you and your household tenfold. Not that I desire your gifts. What I desire, that more be credited to your account. I have received full payment, have more than enough. I am amply supplied, now that I have received from Epaphroditus, I don't know how to say that name. Your gifts you sent, they are a fragrant offering an acceptable sacrifice, pleasing to God. When you give from your heart without expectation of receiving anything, that's a sacrifice in which you are making. And the Most High repays those. Always give from your heart. There are a fragrant offering, an acceptable sacrifice, pleasing to God. And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. To our God and Father be glory forever and ever. Amen. Final greetings. Greet all God's people in Christ Jesus. The brothers and sisters who are with me send greetings. All God's people here send your greetings, especially those who belong to Caesar's household. The grace of the Lord Jesus Christ be with your spirit. Amen. I'm gonna need 1 second. I'm gonna send y'all to a commercial break real quick, and I'll be right back. Yes, definitely. Also, just so we could be clear, at the end of that, he also says that even Caesar has to pay his respect to the Most High. Everybody has to pay their respect to the Most High. I pray everyone, every single person, whether they have a problem with me or not, whether they hate me or not, whether they love me, hate me, I don't care. I pray everybody reaches what they need to reach in the Most High so they can be their most magnanimous self. I want everybody to be their most perfect self, even if you do not want that for your own self. Even if you feel like you can never be a perfect self. And that's why you hate so hardly in your heart, because you feel like the world has passed you by, because you feel like you don't have an ability to become the person who you thought you were going to be when you was a child. I still pray that the Lord softens your heart so you could be able to see who he is and then be able to be your greatest self, and you can stop hating others so you can be able to love yourself the way that you need to be. All hate is projection of your own emotions and feelings onto others and other things. That's all hate. No hate is an outside influence. All hate is an internal influence that you project out onto others. So when you have individuals that hate you, it's because that thing inside of you is not inside of them, or that thing inside of them is not inside of you. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with their relation to the universe. So hopefully the Most High could smile down on some of these people that feel like hate is important in their life, that feel like that they don't have an identity unless they hate. And there are people that feel that way. They feel like they don't have an identity unless they hate. They feel like hate is their identity. They feel like hate is the fabric of who they are as a person being. So they will never let that hate go. And I pray that the Most High softens their heart so they could be able to see themselves for the great person that they can be if they simply choose to. Amen. I have put some water on for my coffee, and then we're gonna get back to this. What's the time we got? Oh wow, we almost 2 hours in. So they're gonna be making one of my favorite things. We're supposed to be having pasta at the supermarket. So I want to get to the supermarket and give me some of that damn pastas over here. I like when they make pasta. If anybody want to purchase me lunch, you can send it right now to the Cash App. I'm just saying, if you would like to purchase me lunch, you can send it to the Cash App. I want some pasta today. I can't wait to get some of that damn pastas. I love the pasta that they make over there in Key Food. That's like the main store that I go to. I actually like this store. The people in there are always just so nice to me, even when there might be a misunderstanding here and there. They're always so nice to me. I really do appreciate that store. I really do. That's a fact. I'm gonna refresh my coffee one more time. We're gonna come back, finish on this, and then we're gonna try to get to Quavo and Taxstone. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to both because I do gotta get other stuff going on for the day. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been in the chat and commenting. I really do appreciate when we got people in here. Like, you don't need to agree with everything that I'm saying, but please, when we speak and you have an opinion, just don't be telling me somebody else's sound bites that you can't explain. You understand what I'm saying? Just at least talk to me in something that is coming from you so we can have a discussion. If you're busy telling me other people's sound bites, then you can't explain the thing. So you're talking to me about something you can't even explain. So how can I have a conversation with you about something that you don't even know? With all due respect. Definitely, all glory to God. That's a fact. All glory is his. Let's get through this real quick. I want to thank the U.S. Somebody says that they want to thank the U.S. District Attorney, the Southern District, so that's where they're going to be at. Anyone else involved in this case who worked, all right, so the South Side, Third Side busts are part of an overall crackdown on gang violence, gun violence throughout the city. They already told you that they was going to be doing this. I told everybody to be careful. If we remember, I was telling people 2 years ago to be careful. Thank you, Carmelidia. Let's hope everybody has a beautiful and prosperous day today. Gangs plus guns equal graves. That's facts. And our goal is to be proactive and not just one gun at a time, but to take down these dangerous individuals who are carrying guns around. Mayor Eric Adams says at a press conference announcing the arrest. These guys are in trouble. These guys are in trouble. This is trouble that these guys are in. All right, they're in trouble. This isn't BS. This is trouble. They wanna, and this is what I need for you to really understand. They want to give this dude the death penalty. That's why the feds moved in. They didn't move in because the case was weak, homie. They're doing the RICO instead of the state because New York State, they haven't been doing RICOs. They passed their RICOs to the feds. I'll say that again. When was the last time you heard about New York State doing a RICO? They don't do RICOs. They pass their RICOs to the feds. I'm going to say that again. When was the last time you heard about New York State doing a RICO? They don't do the RICOs. They pass their RICOs to the feds. I don't be meaning to be a jerk. I promise you I don't. Think about how often I'm dead on right. I'm just saying things that people don't want to be the truth. So they say that I'm lying. But think about how many times I've been dead on right. How many times have I been 100% correct? How many times? Y'all all got some little dudes in your neighborhoods that want to be live wires. Reel them dudes in. Get them to focus that energy on something else. Whether it be sports, whether it be learning how to be an electrician, whether it be learning how to, I don't know what interests them. Get them to focus their energy on something else. They have to focus their energy on something else other than drugs and girls. Copy? They got to focus their energy on something else other than wanting to be a rapper. Why don't you get them some equipment so they can learn how to make beats? Why don't you get them some cameras so they can learn how to do photography? Why don't you get them some cameras so they can learn how to make film? Make movies, make television. Please, get their interest somewhere else other than no interest at all. Because when these kids don't have no interest at all, that's when they end up doing all the things that they shouldn't be doing. I remember growing up, I knew the dudes that was outside doing whatever they was doing. You don't think I did? Grew up in the Bronx, homie. Know how many friends I got that spent 20, 30 years in prison? Know how many friends I got that's still in prison? Know how many friends I got that was in juvie? We all got that. We all had made choices. Too bad we can't get some BBN together and get to a train stop and do this. That'd be lit. You got this one guy, he's always capping. I'm not mad though. All right, let's get to the next thing because I want to go eat lunch. I'm hungry. And I want to post some of y'all posts today. So I want to go eat lunch so I can get y'all posts off today. All right, so Quavo, real quick. I want to say this about Quavo. To be the least talented member of your group, you have a lot to say about what the Migos is and ain't. So one Migos left because he went and made a family. Y'all hate him for that, apparently. Y'all think he's a traitor and a snake because he slept with a woman that you obviously didn't want. Now, I'm going to say something, and I want to be clear about this. This is real talk. Women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. If you get with a woman and you treat her like she's second, then you don't want her. You just placeholding. I always felt like Sweetie and Quavo was placeholding for each other. It never looked to me like when I saw them in videos, when I saw them in imagery, that they was the couple. Like when I see Cardi B and Offset. Now, with that being said, Sweetie allegedly was banging everybody. Allegedly. A lot of these females out here that don't have any actual talent but look good, that's how they get on. A lot of them, sometimes they go try to get with a dude because they know that that dude is popping or that dude has talent, and they stay with him. But he has to want them. So how do you think Sweetie felt when she found out that she got with the least talented member of the Migos? If allegedly she's banging in order to help her career. Now I'm going to explain something. Cardi B is bigger than the Migos. I don't care what nobody say. That's a fact. When she got with Offset, he was divorcing the Migos and marrying into a better relationship for him. Cardi B went and moved to Atlanta. Everybody seems to forget that part. She was living in Atlanta with Offset for how long? Before they decided to move back to Jersey? So something happened in Atlanta when they was down there that made Cardi B say, look, you can't rock with these niggas and we gotta go. She from the Bronx, my nigga. It's a different energy. If you messing with a New York chick, Bronx and Brooklyn chicks is a different energy, my nigga. When they rock with you for real, for real. That's a fact. From Queen chicks, I can't tell you much about, but they not on that type of time like that. I'm sorry. Harlem chicks, kinda on the same thing the Bronx chicks is on, but not really. Staten Island chicks, I only dated one, and she was solid. But I only dated one, and I don't have no comment. But she was solid. One other one I was messing around with, but I'm not gonna call that nothing because I wasn't messing around with her long enough to have any kind of gauge of her. But Bronx chicks and Brooklyn chicks, if you are not from New York and you're gonna mess with any chick from the city, Bronx chicks and Brooklyn chicks is the way to go. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. She moved down to Atlanta with this dude. And then something happened. And they came back to Jersey. They came back to New York, basically. And I'm almost 100% sure it was her decision. I'm almost 100% sure she said, yo, look, we can't stay down here. This shit ain't safe. A man is a man. But when a man gets with a good woman, his blessings are magnified. I'm going to say that again. A man is a man. But when a man gets with a good woman, his blessings are magnified. His vision becomes clearer. The Lord smiles at him a different way. So I say all that to say this. Quavo. While Offset was busy going and thinking about his future, you should have been doing the same. You was too busy trying to live in y'all past. Y'all was popping like hell for a minute. And while y'all was popping, you didn't do what you needed to do. You had Sweetie. They gifted you one of the most naturally attractive women in the culture. You fumbled the bag. Sweetie is naturally beautiful. You didn't turn her into a wife. So don't be upset and angry when she ain't acting like one. Now, with that being said, I don't know if Offset slept with that woman. But I do know this. Y'all all sleeping with the same women. And the reason why Offset is probably with Cardi B is because Cardi B wasn't sleeping around when he pulled up on her. Let me say that again. The reason why Offset is most likely with Cardi B is because when she pulled up on him, when he pulled up on her, she wasn't accessible to everybody. You should have treated that woman and made that woman a wife. So I don't want to hear how you mad that anybody else hit it if you wasn't treating her like she was a wife. Now, if Offset slept with her, he wrong. We ain't playing with that. But how many chicks were y'all all banging? How many chicks were y'all all sleeping with? Is it that he slept with her, or is it that he slept with her, but he also went and caught himself a wife, and you fumbled the bag? So Quavo, with all due respect, I don't want to hear you mad at Offset because you ain't with Sweetie or because Sweetie did a thing behind your back. Because were you treating her like a wife? Because if not, she didn't owe you anything. And if you and Offset was already trading chicks around, why should he not feel like he can sleep with her? So you go get your shit together. You stop being a sucker. You see where her career at now. I'm supposing you and other people are blocking her. I'm supposing she's getting blocked right now. So you winning in that regard. Let the situation go. Stop talking shit to Offset. You was with Takeoff when Takeoff was deleted. When he lost his life, you was with him. You. It was your argument that preceded the event. It was your argument that quite possibly led to the event. Stop being a sucker. Let's talk about this Taxstone thing and we're going to get out of here. I'm just giving y'all an update. We're going to be back in court on Tuesday. I don't know if they got all of the jurors yet. I don't think so. But we're going to be back in court on Tuesday. As usual, I'll stay until they go to lunch. If the court actually starts on Tuesday, like I hope it does, but I don't think it will, then we'll go and do whatever we got to do, and it's going to be dope shit. But Taxstone, we're going to be in court on Tuesday. We're going to see what happens. There will be no live tonight. There's going to be a live, but we're going to be live somewhere. The live isn't going to be here. We're going to be in location. I think Darkwing is pulling up with us, so we're going to be me, Darkwing. We're going to see if we can get a couple of more people up out of here. I had some people that was thinking about coming to New York to pull up. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. But hopefully they do. And we're supposed to have some merch coming soon from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago Clothing. So with that being said, I love y'all. Please go out there, have a beautiful day. If you don't do nothing else today, give a blessing to somebody. Whether that blessing is a smile, whether that blessing is whatever it might be. I don't know what your day is going to become of. Pass a blessing today to somebody for a reason or no reason. Those are the best blessings. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.